Before we really get into this video, I want to give a major shout out to Russell Westbrook. Say what you will about Russell Westbrook, but this guy has been going hard recently for the Los Angeles Lakers. Westbrook dropped a 31-point triple-double tonight, 31 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and he was 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Now, unfortunately, the Los Angeles Lakers would go on to lose, but I mean, hey.
Westbrook thinking three, driving inside, deceptive fake and got it to drop. Fournier with 26 with 6 threes, off the bench. Toppin with 12, Burks with 12.
Giving up a lot of points to stars recently. And then we saw Zach LaVine light him up, then Giannis, and then Jason.
Look, I get it. I say the alternative reality bit an awful lot. But I think you guys would be lying to me if you guys say that you saw something like this happening in 2021. You guys can let me know if I'm tripping or whatever, but for me, this whole incident, this whole thing felt fake. I still can't believe a lot of it went down the way that it went down, but I guess I get it. Now, as this clip finishes playing, I want you guys to type out if you feel like LeBron James was in the wrong here or if Isaiah Stewart was in the wrong here. Look, maybe you guys feel like nobody was in the wrong and Isaiah Stewart and LeBron were both entitled to their own reactions. To that, I would say everybody has their own opinion, and that's okay because on this channel, everybody has the right to their own opinion. There are a lot of people saying LeBron tried to apologize right here. I'm just going to play the clip and we'll talk about that afterwards.
And Tatum. And tonight it's their number one guy, Jeremy Grant. Stewart and LeBron. Stewart.
Now, I'm a major LeBron fan. You guys know that I love LeBron James, but is Stewart's reaction that ridiculous? This guy is literally leaking from what looked to be a cheap shot from LeBron James.
Look, here goes Stewart. He is knocking over.
It's kind of crazy that Isaiah Stewart was like calm for a few seconds, a minute, however long, and then just all of a sudden turn back up. I mean, I'm literally shocked that they were able to stop Stewart.
That's just crazy right now.
That's just crazy.
That's crazy right now.
So you guys know that LeBron James would go on to get ejected. This would be LeBron's second career ejection. And rightfully so. I think that if you're a Lakers fan, if you're a LeBron fan, if you're a whatever fan, I think that you would agree that LeBron James deserved to get ejected. Looking at the replay, it's hard to make an argument that this was accidental. Now, what I will say is maybe LeBron didn't mean to hit him as hard as he hit him, but it's impossible to tell. And I guess at the end of the day, to be completely fair, it's impossible to know somebody's true intent. That being said, LeBron James deserved to be ejected. If LeBron James managed to make contact with his eye, this terrible situation could have been a whole lot worse. Let me be short and honest looking at this video. It looked intentional to me, but you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments below. Now, if you guys disagree, literally all I ask is that you are respectful in the comments. LeBron James would go on to be suspended 1 game, with the next game for the Los Angeles Lakers coming versus the New York Knicks. Isaiah Stewart would go on to serve a 2-game suspension for his role during this altercation. According to Shams, Stewart's suspension was for escalating an on-court altercation by repeatedly and aggressively pursuing LeBron James in an unsportsmanlike manner, while James' suspension is for the reckless hit on Stewart. Now, according to Shams, LeBron James tried to track down Isaiah Stewart's number after the game and apologized to let him know that the hit was inadvertent. How do you guys feel about that down in the comments below? And more importantly, how do you guys feel about what Anthony Davis has to say about this situation? Here is Anthony Davis.
First of all, I wanted to know what your vantage point was for everything that was going on at midcourt, and then how you guys were able to get in the timeout, come out and play the game from that point.
On a free throw, boxing out. You know, Stewart tried to get physical with Bron. Bron did the same thing. You know, everyone in the league knows Bron not a dirty guy. Accidentally hit him. As soon as he did it, he looked back at him and told him, "Oh, my bad, I didn't try to do it." And he tried to, I don't know what he was trying to do, but I know nobody on our team, 1 through 15, was having it. You know, we're gonna protect our brother. I've never, 10 years, seen a player try to do that. Well, since I've been playing, I mean, obviously we've seen it before, but back in the day. But in recent basketball, like, it was uncalled for. You know, you got cut above your eye, accidental, like, you know, it wasn't on purpose, and you know, we wasn't gonna allow him to keep charging our brother like that. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but we wasn't gonna allow that, and we just wanted to get the win for him. You know, get the win for our team, get back in the win column.
I can't be mad at Anthony Davis' response, because at the end of the day, I understand that he's going to put on for his bro. And I think that's what a lot of people do in that situation. And on top of that, I think the Lakers actually showed a good bit of resilience in this whole thing, because the Lakers could have easily crumbled with LeBron James going out. They didn't. We saw a strong stretch of basketball from Russell Westbrook, who has sorely needed one. And beyond that, we saw possibly one of the best defensive quarters from the Los Angeles Lakers being played after LeBron James and Isaiah Stewart would be ejected. Keep in mind that a game before this whole situation, Frank Vogel said the Lakers need to be more tough defensively, because they had just gave up 130 points to the Boston Celtics, who were very disrespectful, by the way. Not the actual Celtics. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. To close the game versus the Detroit Pistons, Anthony Davis was a defensive monster. It's going to be Cade Cunningham's time soon, and you could say he's doing his thing right now, which he definitely is. But on this play right here, Anthony Davis put Cade Cunningham time on pause. DeAndre Jordan said that the LeBron James and Isaiah Stewart altercation could have broke the team or brought them together, and he definitely feels like it made them more cohesive as a unit. Not to get lost in all this Lakers talk, I feel like it was awesome for Cade to also show his leadership ability and show that he's not just going to let his guys go out there and, I don't want to say risk their career, but he's not going to let his guys just go out there and do dumb things that could hurt their career. Cade was one of those guys giving it his all, making sure that Isaiah Stewart would not get in more trouble. Leadership, cohesiveness, you know, willing to be there for your brother, all of that stuff matters on the basketball floor. While we talk about a lot of things on this channel, I make sure to drive home the point that those things matter. I'm not even sure that the Los Angeles Lakers should have been in a close game versus the Detroit Pistons, but I'm definitely glad that they won. Because if they would have lost, let's just say that this video would have been a whole lot more critical than it already was. That being said, tonight the Lakers would go on to drop yet another game, this time losing to the New York Knicks. It's unfortunate that the Lakers were not able to initially build off of their momentum, but at the same time, I guess what do you expect? They have been incredibly up and down without LeBron James. Hey man, I guess at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just a guy that enjoys good Lakers basketball. And I guess you could say I'm also a guy that loves a good Russell Westbrook post-game press conference.
What did the officials say that you were assessed a technical for?
Who got a tech?
You did.
I got a tech? They had to put it on somebody. I'm easy to... Why not me?
I'm not going to lie, man. I do feel bad for Russ sometimes. This guy gets so much hate. But you know what? Let's not focus on that hate. Let's focus on Westbrook putting his fists up here like he was ready to fight. Are you kidding me, guys? How can you hate Russell Westbrook? This is gold. I think it's safe to say that at this very moment, LeBron James' return hasn't exactly gone as we all may have expected it to. And the crazy thing is, I'm not even talking about wins or losses. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.